close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Talk, or welcome to Let's Talk if you're new to this podcast. I'm Cynfael. Today's topic will be parenting, and today in studio we have Jasmine and we also have Luna.
Hi. Hello guys.
Alright, so Jasmine, what are your thoughts on
My thoughts on today's topic, let's see. Parenting in the Caribbean has changed drastically, and I think it needs to be known that parents should try to tone themselves down a bit. That seems rude, but it's the truth.
Yeah. What about you, Luna? Miss Moonshine?
Parenting in the Caribbean is not the easiest thing, with the stigma in society about what parenting should be and everything. Like, it's harsher than other countries. Not most countries, other countries. Like, because it's very frustrating the way that they treat their children or deal with different situations that they come up during the parenting period.
Yeah, and also for me, I find that it's difficult. It puts a strain on people psychologically and emotionally as well, and
Yes.
it just doesn't make sense when you really break it down, because you're supposed to enjoy your childhood growing up, like, and basically from my point of view and what I see and around, because we all go out, we all in schools, we in schools. Some of us going to continue going into education, whether it's Form 6 or tertiary education as a university and colleges and so forth. So we will still encounter this. So as you can see, there are different types of people in school, and some of them are psychologically,
Damaged.
yes, and also like emotionally because of the way they were brought up how much years ago.
Yeah.
Because your personality doesn't really form until like about 10. So all that time that you have,
Yeah, your personality forms since before that. Like,
I know, but
you
generally,
dependent on them until you're like, yeah, you're dependent on them until like 4, and then after that you just start to form your own thoughts and start to branch away.
but it doesn't really set in stone until like about
Yeah.
10 or so. So yeah, and it's about your experiences in life, because experiences can make you think a certain way and do certain things differently than other people, and that is what I would say basically. So the next thing is that let's go into the psychological effects and stuff like that. So basically psychological effects. So do you want to tell us about it?
Psychological effects that bad parenting includes, because there's no such thing as bad parenting, that it can have on a child is that they grow up with this feeling of being not good enough for the family, or like something even worse, like that they're better than everybody and everything. It can go either way. It's like a spectrum, like from being the demon child to being such a shy child, feeling oppressed in your own household, not being able to trust anybody, or feeling like it's the best thing ever and that your family is the best thing ever. And it's a balance. You have to find a balance. If you don't find a balance, then your child will come out we're on different spectrum and the different spectrum.
also that could impact their social skills as well, because
Yeah.
you would like, we all have a certain way that we would compare ourselves to different people, especially at the age like when they start puberty and going through puberty, you will start to compare
Yeah.
yourself, and that is the age I mostly like get away from the norm, as in you and being close to your family members as well, especially parents and stuff, and that is something that really, and if you have a nice experience, that will basically make you just sever that thread more and more, and distance yourself
Yeah.
more and more, and it will also develop socially, because if you have that negative experience, you will have that psychologically in the back of your mind, and that will hinder you from like making friends and talking to people, because you know that it's, especially if it was abused as a child growing up, you have a traumatic experience, and
Oh, I
it
hate that.
really lasts a long time
Hate
if
that.
we don't deal with it, like talk out about it. But most of us like have a way that we keep it in, like because of, you know, fear of this and whatever. So that is basically what's happened. So yeah, and also the next thing is that the, let's say, using the children as objects, like, you know, as for status, as
Yeah, as like trophies. Yeah.
like my child got all ones and six, like tell everybody,
Yeah.
whole everybody, whole
Like, look at my child. My child better than yours. Thingy. Again, with the comparison thing, like everybody is learn at different rates and grow at different rates.
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Alright, so while we are waiting on Jasmine, so
Like she was just speaking.
yeah, well, so basically, and also like if you do something that other children don't do, be like, hey, my child did this, my child did that. So and the other thing, and but when they look really and truly in home, is the opposite of basically that, because they'll be like, you could never amount to anything,
Yeah.
you will never be this, that. And this basically the line that almost
Yeah.
every parent in this country and also in the Caribbean has said at least once or twice, or in their mind.
Exactly.
That is like the exact line that, and you know, people, I bet. Okay, so
Like it's stupid now.
huh?
But all I'm doing taking for yourself or something.
Yeah,
You know?
that,
It's just that it's always that line.
yeah. There's always the negative side, and they'll be like, oh, it should be psychology.
And the thing is, there's always be like, ask that question. When you ask a question, it's just like, you don't know how to do that yet? Like, how are you supposed to win?
Yeah, and it's like
I don't know what coming to you, so that when I know how to do it.
and also the thing about it is like, it's not helping. They will say, oh, don't worry, my child is that. But no, reverse psychology don't always work, and especially how the way that they use it is not working in the slightest. It might appear as though it is working, but it is actually not working, because of the fact that there's always some sort of psychological damage that is taking place with the words that they are saying. And they always have something to say about words, how words can impact people. Words, physical. Okay, so let's compare physical and emotional.
Well, Caribbean parents, specifically Trinidadian parents, grow up with like the dishing and all that. That's become such a big part of our culture that even when foreign people come here, they start to feel offended because we like to make a joke of everything. When I say everything, I mean every single thing. Whatever topic you have, you'll make a joke of it. And that also forms a negative impact on the child, because they get made fun of for everything, and then like that transfers into their parenthood when they get older and stuff like that. So,
yeah, and the cycle keeps continuing until somebody makes a conscious
because they're bringing up the children in the same way.
Somebody makes a conscious decision to actually change that cycle, because it keeps on continuing from generation to generation, from different families to different families, and it's just keep on continuing. And it's sometimes it kind of is hard to break cycle, but you should know better. Like, You should learn from your experience. Not like, oh, this is how I was brought up. I did it. You can't help how you brought up, but it can help how you continue your life. And that's what people should realize, because you don't always have to live a certain way. Just because your family is like compromise, your family is like a line of doctors and nurses and whatever, doesn't mean that you have to actually follow that. You could be whatever you want to be. You could be a pilot, you could be a teacher, you could be anything.
Parents shouldn't force that instead of trying to force their children to be what they want them to be. Like, because at the end of the day, you're gonna die and your child gonna live on, and they're going to live with that resentment of you making them doing something that they didn't want to do, when they could have lived with admiration and be like, oh, I love my family because they allowed me to do what I want to do. They allowed me to do what I want to do in moderation.
And they actually have a supportive, supportive compared to, well, in other countries it's supportive. If you look at it, it's supportive. Like, that is what we really need. You don't need to top down and to be like, they just need support and there's somebody.
We could disagree, but support.
And also, one thing that actually happens too is that, okay, so let's say you get all ones, you are constant a track record of having, success. Make one failure, and that is like drastic. That is like a drastic change.
Change is drastic, And what that is prompt people to do, like especially smart children, they realize that, so if I don't make grades, that means I'm nothing to you. So that means they start to rebel, and that means they start to purposely get bad grades because they're trying to spite them, like, so I don't matter unless I get a good grade, you know what I mean? Like, it's either that or they could start feeling bad about themselves and then leading them to do something that they might regret,
It's more like they're just using it. It's not like a relationship. It's more like an object, an ownership. That's what that's what it is. Like, okay, I own you. I give birth to you, so you have to do exactly what I say, X, Y, and Z. No questions asked. We do not come with receipts. We are not objects. We do not come from a store.
After I come in, I have to go.
Well, Jasmine, I'll continue.
Right. Now.
So yes, Jasmine, what we were talking about is that there are issues and that the object session, like they use it as the children as objects, like they want to get a good grade or something, like everybody knows, like everybody, the whole family knows, everything like that.
Well, I guess parents would feel proud, but they overdo it.
Which is not.
And then they would like forget that they have other children and forget their feelings, and they might start like, why you can't get grades like your brother, or something like that.
Ultimate, not our ultimate, not the comparison. And then that goes on to that child goes on to have a hatred towards the family and also their siblings. Because they want to be original. Everybody wants to be accepted who they are, no matter what. And being compared to be like somebody else, just stripping away identity. That is what I personally think. So you start to feel alone, and combine it with the negative influences that are out there. That is just destruction to the family life, and that has happened a lot, especially in our country. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do. Also, another thing that Caribbean parents do, say that if you end up getting in trouble in school, right? And you are called in by the teacher, principal, they would never listen to their child's side of the story. They'll just go along with the teacher.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And that happens way more times than we actually can count, because it's a culture that keeps on going. It's a cycle that keeps on rotating over and over and over, and that leads to a lot of
That
stress on the
changes a
child growing up. Because
child.
you notice, like, to
They
have
might stray from the good path that they were on and just go into crime or activities that they should not even indulge in.
yeah, and there's also most of the times like come from single parents households and things, and so it's everybody wants to have a kind of way to be accepted, look for acceptance in the people. Like when most people join gangs, like the gang will be accepted towards them, like, oh, I never had this at home, I never felt this way, and that's how they get involved in these activities. And if most people don't really notice that, or they don't really pay attention to that. Just like, okay, like he was always a good boy, I didn't know how this happened, and you hear them all over the news, all over Facebook, and they don't really look at the problem, which is how they were treated from small by family members, and more specifically their parents. I don't know why people don't understand that, but I guess that's.
And they also have this, like, if we try to speak up for ourselves, that counts as talking back to them or rudeness.
I didn't actually just speak. What
You
I
could be talking in the calmest way,
so you can't really get to
and
explain
they would
yourself.
take it as rudeness.
Yeah. They just want to be wrong and strong, as you say. Like they're not willing to like hear another side of the story that would probably oppose them, so they want to cancel out one time. It's like I am absolute, whatever I say is absolute, and you must follow that. And so that kind of limits the communication.
Yeah.
And basically get, because the child can be actually right in a sense, in a case, but it's just because of how the parents view it. Is just like, oh, you disrespectful, you're good for nothing, blah blah blah. When actually trying to explain the situation,
I know they will get vexed
then
if
there's
they go to
no why
other
their
people.
children don't talk to them and go to other people and talk. And it's just, yes. They'll be like, you could have talked to me, you could have done this. I am actually here with open arms, but it's just a whole lot of issues with that going on right now. So another thing we want to go on is we talk about comparison with siblings, right? But there's also another thing, which is comparison with other children, the parents' friends' children. There's also that has happened. It's happened often too. Because if you, especially, let's say you're like an only child or something, you're expecting a certain way. So let's say, so you'd be like, oh, why couldn't I be like so and so son or so and so doctor good at this? Look, she already has a part in life. What are you doing? You're good for nothing. What are you doing? It's like, instead of like actually sitting down, letting go of somebody's parent, and the authority, and just like sit down as a regular person and try.
Especially Caribbean parents.
Listening is one of the hardest things to people to do. It's because of
know
that
what they
culture.
like to? They would say this is not America,
Yes.
so they could do what they want.
Yeah. But they look at it. Each country has an issue. We know that. But if you look at the different types of one country that I would like to compare with, it's not really in the US or Canada. Let's look at the Japanese lifestyle and parenting. You see it out in drama, but drama is a different thing. But they're also like different stories and things, like real stories that actually telling how the lifestyle is. They have a more of a family lifestyle, and the other
They
side of the
seem like
world, they
a
have
timid
kind of more of
culture.
a family lifestyle. They actually accept it and they're
See,
more open to actually understand what's going on with the child and they actually have to, well, yeah, kind of. But I find they should, like, we, like, in this region, should try not to be like how the culture is. Like, don't keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and over. Because technology is getting more and more advanced,
everything,
and there
and
are
they
more
contact
ways
your
to
friends,
spread
family,
and
and
more.
people
Because
who
right now,
may
these
have
days, the people are
like
checking
your past
Facebook
schoolmates
accounts and
or
other social
teachers.
media accounts. Yeah.
Mm.
And that plays a role too because if you have a negative experience from home and you're posting up every single thing, or for instance, your parent like has a Facebook account or social media account and they're posting up, My child didn't do this, my child didn't do," and so negative things, and you just there, it to kind of affect that chance of getting jobs
But then
because
that will
they'll be like,
continue to
okay,
make
this
the
person is
parents
not psychologically or emotionally
lambaste
stable,
the
so
child
we're not
more.
trying to should hire them for this job, and it's yeah, and really and truly, that's me personally, my decision I have made was to be a more of a friend and a parent anyway. So it's not really authoritative, you just listen and allow the second half of the story to play out its the explanation. And even though they may be
Mm-hmm.
wrong, you don't really be like,
Yes.
hawk or something like you shouldn't do this or like a serpent or like anything. You just like reassure them that you're still here and actually care about them, and you say, and you actually talk them through. You don't just listen. One thing people don't realize, and I'm doing business, so I have a business perspective, and business is actually important in dealing with life because they could learn things from business that they use in life. So you don't just list all the problem, you don't just blatantly state out because they'll actually like close up. Like they literally just as soon as you start off blatantly just like and then they'll just lock you out one time. But if you less like you see the problem
Mm.
in a comforting zone, they will be open out and they'll open up to you and can actually continue with that. So you just state the problem and
But you
then
know
you
what goes
actually
on in
find
this
you
country?
state solutions and a way how
Like,
to carry about,
if
how
a
to
child
not have the
runs away
problem
from home,
repeated, and then after you
it could
assure
be
them that
due
you are
to
still there
the,
and
the
you will support them
parenting,
and help
how
them to
that
get back
parent
to the right
treats the
track.
child and they run away from home. And when that child is found and is carried back to the place that they tried to get away from, it gets much worse. I think the government, or not really the government, there should be institutions or programs going on to help children like that.
Yeah.
But then the parents would feel away and want to know why you feel I'm a bad parent, and it would get worse. No?
They should also have like courses like that, like mandatory courses for
Yes,
each
but
and
watch,
every parent
they
to
could go
actually
through that
take.
one
Like,
course
literally.
and
Like, before
change.
you decide that you want to be a parent, you must go through this course. Like, even if it's just one course, at least one course, because you need to understand.
Yeah, but okay.
Yes, Luna,
I
you
just
have
say
something to
something.
say?
Right. Right. With that, that is taking away the people's choice of being a parent, which is also like would be a problem because then it would instantly give them a sense of, oh, I can't do this. I need to take a whole class to be a parent and stuff, and then that would affect the child. What like we need to do is when they realize that they have a problem parenting, instead of being like, no, I'm the best parent, go ask help. Like you can ask for help. Nothing wrong with asking for help. You can ask him like, or talk to your child about their concerns, because depending on their age, they could understand what you're going through, you know.
That
So,
I understand where you're coming from with yeah. But there also should be something in place for them.
No, I'm
even if they
listening
don't
now.
have to go through the course, some institutions, something set up for them to
Yeah.
actually go through to get an understanding. And
Yeah.
so I understand where you're coming from. Jasmine, you were saying something earlier. Okay. Yeah, so what else do you think that we need to discuss here on this podcast?
The way how those children turn out after
Nothing. We cover everything.
so like when they grow up, like adulthood. Really good. Luna,
Children that run away.
like when they have
Like they
their
run away for a
own
reason, and then when they
children and whatnot, they would
Oh.
act the same way
Yeah.
or much worse than how their parents acted with them.
because then a
It's
lot
an
of them would be
ongoing
afraid to have
cycle.
children and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the hostility and everything of like what you were saying with the people that run away, how it gets much worse because as soon as they come home, it's like, why you run away? Why you give people such headache and thing? Like you're such a problem child, eh? And that's like always instead of being like, why you run away? Like what happened? Like did I do something wrong or something like that? Like and even that could be overwhelming because the thing is that as soon as they come back, like not even like a few days to give them an all time to be like to calm down, but no, like you're full of just ship them in a car and then start interrogating them like
because it's actually built
their
up
fault,
experience over time, and there's so much that somebody can do.
And it's actually a better way like, to get out of the house instead of doing the other option, which is just forcing yourself, which is what most people take.
That is actually what
So
things that people actually choose to do instead of like reaching out because it's like
Tolerance.
yeah.
because it's not like
Instead of like running away trying to get help or
is
something.
a sort of difficult thing to actually get if you know what to say. It depends on the person and the parents might be quiet, they just want to stay quiet and just have everything in because everybody have a certain level of how much they can take, yes. So it depends on person to person. And not like that are readily available for these people. It's just some might actually be more outgoing than others actually get, the help that they want or need. But yet again, some might be less outgoing and might be more difficult for them to actually access it. So what are your thoughts on that? Jasmine, Luna.
Personally, I am a person who chooses to seek help because I have trained myself. Like I'm talking to myself like an animal because like when I was young, I was way shyer than I am now, and I just had like all these problems. And instead of learning to speak away at me and everything, I like one day just decided that no, I can't continue like this, and if I get help and stuff like that, and I find different ways of help through videos, through friends and stuff like that, therapy and things like that. But some people can't afford therapy, which is why I started by watching videos and stuff on how to help yourself.
And also, one thing, like for instance, anime too. I recommend anime to anybody across the world, whatever age it is, because it actually helps you. Like people might say it's a drawing and it's just fiction,
And
but
so,
if you look really closely, there's some things in
And they
that you can actually relate to, despite it being a drawing.
which would help them.
Yeah, because it's still a story. Yeah, it's like cartoons have stories, like it have teams behind them with storyboards, and a lot of animes do with serious topics, like are just based around serious topics that people can like benefit from. You know, so it's not just about ooh anime, that's a cool fight scene. It's about the story they're trying to tell you with the characters.
Like a high school romance.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also
That was
for
really
me, like anime is a sort of way that will make you laugh. Like you could be feeling as long as you want, but I don't know, it has just something that just make you laugh, and you also learn as you go. Because I recommend I have two animes that I recommend that people watch, and one is Say I Love You, which is one of my favorite. It is my actual yeah. It's one of my which was one of my it's actually my favorite anime. I've watched it like over 15 times and I never got bored.
Like
Another one is
comedy,
Violet
especially in like
Evergarden.
things, is like a
And that
really
one is
good way of
I just
you know cheering yourself up for a short period of time and just letting your worries go away. So I used to watch like a lot of comedy shows. Like when I say a lot, I mean a lot of comedy shows. Like it don't matter who, you know. And like it really did help me start to get a clearer perspective because you never realize that comedians themselves, all that comedy is coming from a dark place. Like fully it is. So like when you find a dark humor comic or comedian, they take that and they make it something for other people to enjoy and for other people to learn from and stuff like that.
Different people, inspirational influences and different things because all of them have some story that they have and it can be inspirational for other people as well. But I prefer anime because it's so fun to watch and it's so addictive. Like it's generally more it have like the story, it have the characters, it also have like the different scenes and make it funny. So it's nice. It's a nice mix actually. Everything get off your mind. And I know that so on different various sides there are people who talk about anime and how it helped them over the course of their lives because of the the comedy and the sense of like this character experience like which one character has similar traits to what I went through something like that. So that's why I just see on like forums and everything. So yeah.
And that stuff is like personal to the person because there are people who respond to games or like different shows, different genre of shows, like they could manga, like some people might not even like relate so much to the anime or just to the manga itself, Yeah. Like some people like to read the information and that way it impact them more. Some people like to watch the information and that way it impact them more or like
Yeah, because they're different.
It depends on the person and whichever way once you get in help.
Different forms. Personally, I prefer to watch. Like I just watch. I just learn while watching. I also learn by hearing. So I don't really like read books. I have the book read to me. So any book I read, I listen. I read because it's so much easier than reading. Like I don't know. I doesn't really hold out on reading that much. I write books too, but I read books previously, like 3 years ago. But back then I used to actually read. But since technology gets a little bit more advanced and intense, I usually read using the computer or phone. And it's actually better that way because you could actually like using the computer has helped me a lot in like doing my studies and things because actually like sometimes I'll be like I don't want to study and then after I just use a video to help you learn and things. So it's actually good. Or not like the computer is 100% bad. That's some thing. The computer is actually like 50% good, 50% bad. Depends on how you maximize the uses of the computer can make it whether it's 100% good or 98% good and 2% bad or 68% good and the rest So anybody has any thoughts on that?
I'm here.
Okay, so I guess I didn't really have much thoughts on that. And also, there's also a portrait of parenting and stuff in anime as well. So,
Not really.
and you could actually see like the types of, you could actually, I actually kind of those type of parenting that actually have in our country in an anime. So you could actually see the stuff that happening, and it's actually an inspirational story and stuff. So I what? I actually think that
Yes, not.
inspirational form because there are many, many stories, and you could actually learn from it. So, the next thing I'd like to discuss is the right. So the next thing I'd like to discuss, or more so bring about, is the fact that social media also plays a role in this. Like social media is more prominent, as in bringing about the family life and so forth. Because social media is readily available, whereas you'd have to call up people and say, and call people or like text them SMS and find out how your child did here, how your child is here. But whereas now social media is more accessible, you could actually find out like instantly what such and such, what this person get, what this person could get, and you could also, and the comparison starts right there. Like social media makes things much more accessible. The comparison is actually on your right.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to go for real. I don't know if anybody hearing, but so yeah. Bye.
Okay, well, Luna has left. Bye, Luna.
So I'm gonna have to go for real this time, and I don't know if anybody heard
Has
that.
to
But
be.
bye.
So,
Luna.
social media makes things much more accessible. Jasmine, are you there? Well, okay, so you're waiting on Jasmine to see. Right now, this recorder is in a little bit of trouble. So, but, so, Luna. Yeah, well, we just heard you. So, yeah.
Bye.
Right, so yeah, so basically we are wrapping up this podcast now. Today's a holiday, but the holiday are recording on. Today's a holiday, so it's kind of a bit challenging to get everything done. So yeah, so this will be the end of the podcast now. So thank you all for tuning in to Let's Talk this week. We hope that you enjoyed this podcast. We tried our best to make it work. And yes, the last episode was a bit difficult, trust me, but it's all good because we got the episode up and running. So I think it should be okay. But this episode is better. So thank you all for tuning in to Let's Talk, and we would see you in the next episode with another topic. Bye.